Play. Play is the 8th studio album by English singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran. It was released on September 12th, 2025. It is the first of Sheeran's planned 6 albums with titles based on media control symbols. So this is the first of 6, Eric.
He just can't.
Yes.
Just like
that has to be a theme.
Like I was into the it was cool, the plus, multiply, minus, the mathematics. Like you could have done so much more with it too.
Yeah, he's
there's so much
cosine, square root.
But then it's like he probably looked at his like an old media stereo system and was like, wait a minute, I can do play, I can do pause, I can do next, I can do volume up. You know?
Oh no, please don't tell me he's gonna call it volume up and volume down.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I'm already pissed that it's called Play, because if you tell like your smart speaker to say like play, it sounds ridiculous.
I know. Now that you told me that this is one of 6 albums based off of like
media
like
symbols.
Media symbols, yeah, that is even more lame.
All right. We have not started on a good note, but Eric, what are your thoughts on this album?
I mean, it's typical like an Ed Sheeran like album art, right? So I was just like, okay, like it's very, very pink. I gotta say, I don't know, but so I was tasked this week to do my recent son's room. I was wainscoting his room just so we could get it ready because I'm off now for a while. And so I was doing that, and I was like, what a perfect opportunity to play like the album we're listening to, because I'm going to be just cutting wood and, nailing it into the wall. And I just couldn't do it. I just could not listen to this album and do it. I even tried again when I had to paint the walls, and I just couldn't do it again. I just could not do it. I had a very difficult time listening to this album because it was a little bit annoying.
Oh,
The
okay.
album was a little bit annoying. Like there are definitely catchy riffs in here, but it was I just felt like it was like very, very like it was like cookie cutter factory like pop hooks that were like.
My argument to that would be, I feel like Ed Sheeran is like, that's what he's known for, like cookie cutter songs.
But even the lyrics, I felt like are like, I don't know what it is. Like before he's writing some good lyrics. Like I still think Divide is my favorite album by him, and I really like that album. I listen to that quite often. But I just find his lyrics are getting a little bit like lazy.
Oh yeah, I do agree. Like stuff like The Vow or Don't Look Down, like
Old Phone.
Yeah, actually, Old Phone I did like. Old Phone was the one song I was like, okay, there's a story here that like I can it is a bit lazy, but like compared to the other songs, I was like, okay, there's an actual story here, like a through line that I can follow. Whereas the other songs were like so, I don't know, generic, I would say.
What did you think of the Indian influence song Sapphire?
God. Okay, so let's have this conversation. Okay, so on the like the standard album, right? You have Sapphire as track 2, which is, I don't know if it's the lead single, but it was very clearly the like pop record on this album that they intended to be like the chart topper. So from what I can understand is that Ed Sheeran either traveled across India, loved the Indian culture, and decided that he would take some musical influences and put it into Sapphire. And there were a few other songs on this album that also had like an Indian, Middle Eastern influence in terms of like the rhythm. I noticed it wasn't every
Symmetry.
song. Oh yeah,
Symmetry had it. Yeah.
So fine, you take some influence from there. Like I don't really have a problem with that, but like the choice to like sing in Punjabi and Hindi, I don't know. On the standard album, the second track Sapphire, it's a bit pulled back where he has a feature on it. Someone else is doing the actual like, speaking of the Punjabi, like the longer parts. But on the extended version, Ed Sheeran has a full on bridge that's full on Punjabi. He does like five,
Interesting.
six like straight on like sentences. And it's the nuttiest thing I've ever heard in my life. Now, I don't speak the language, okay? So I can't speak on the pronunciation or anything. But I don't know, listening to Ed Sheeran talk in someone else's language, I was like, I don't know if this is creative or if this is cultural appropriation or if this is just like straight up awkward.
Mhm. I know what you mean because like it's interesting that we feel about this because like you listen to any like operas,
Mm.
like you're singing in a different language like German,
Yeah,
French,
yeah, yeah.
Italian, right? So you're like, and then some opera singers aren't even like, people who study music here aren't like Italian or French or whatever, so they have to learn the language and pronounce the words
Yeah,
correctly,
yeah.
right? But it's good. Like you have to do it in a way where it's, I don't know, it flows, I guess,
Yeah. It has to be
because
believable.
I did not. Yes,
It has to
that
be
is a perfect
believable.
word because I did not believe I did not believe it when I was listening to this because I thought it would have been better if he because he is a folk singer and he is like I think it's cool that he's incorporating this music because well like a lot of people study like who was it the bass player from U2 he uh
Adam
he
Clayton.
studied a bunch of Adam Clayton he studied a bunch of stuff from like Indian music and all that
Yeah.
or then you have all these other like Stuart Copeland went down to like Africa and like
Mm.
learned like African but he implemented it very well into the music right like they just like fit
Yeah.
like
Even like
the
jazz
style.
players, yeah, who take bossa
Mhm.
nova, like completely different like culture implemented in there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I would have loved to have seen like I thought it was actually like I actually didn't mind the feature on the album or the song.
Mm.
I actually quite enjoyed it, but I think it would have been cool if Ed Sheeran was kind of singing like, you know, his style over it or like
Mm. Yeah,
backing up
yeah,
like backup vocals or something, right?
yeah.
So it's just yeah,
No,
I
I
don't know like
I did like the feature. Like the
mhm,
feature, I liked because it felt authentic, and obviously it's
it,
authentic because they got a like a real Indian guy to do it,
yeah.
and I'm sure he's accomplished in his like country or
Mhm.
whatever he's famous for. But like when Ed Sheeran starts singing in
Yeah,
Punjabi, I'm just like, I I think you're just doing this for the clout. Like that's what it feels like. You're just
that's what it feels like, yeah.
doing it because like you feel like you're, I don't know, expanding your horizons, or like,
Well,
look how like creative I am because I'm in a different like language. Like it just feels like forced,
mhm.
which is,
I agree. I 100% agree. Believable, that is
yeah,
the word.
believable. Yeah. Like
Yeah, it
like
has to be
we don't
believable.
know his intention obviously, but like
Mhm,
as a listener listening to it, especially cuz it's one song on the album that really digs into it, it
mhm.
feels more just like I don't know, almost a token like song. Just like, look how multicultural I am to a certain extent, right? That's what it feels like.
Like, and I'm just using this because of the India music example, perfect, like, rendition of mixing your style of music with the culture's music is Young the Giant's newest album, American Bollywood.
Mm,
Fantastic. It was fantastically well made. They had incorporations, but he still sung the way Young the Giant did. He still like did everything normally. They had like like the sorry like singers and stuff in the background of some of the songs and it worked. It just worked really well, right?
yeah.
But this was very forced, it felt.
Yeah, I don't know. Grown Up Gaming, how's it going? Grown Up Gaming wants a Bollywood version of the Crossroads Music Podcast. Eric, that's how
Oh,
we definitely get
That's
canceled.
how we get
That's
canceled for sure.
definitely how we get canceled.
We will be on the headlines of like news. Be like this underground, this no name podcast just got canceled because, and then
Yeah,
yeah.
that is straight up cultural appropriation. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, like when Ed Sheeran like at least on the album, right? On the Sapphire album version, like at least he pulls back and he's like not doing full sentences of Punjabi and he's singing that. So I was like, I don't know, to a certain extent, I was like, okay, he's just saying a few words here and there, saying like random lines here and there. But then there's the actual like extended version where he's singing a full bridge. I'm just like, oh, this is very awkward feeling. I don't know. I don't like it.
Like, it's almost like there's a reason why they didn't release the extended version,
Yeah.
because that was the probably I love how they call it the extended version, because obviously that was the original intent
Yeah.
to be the song,
Yeah.
and then the producers are probably like, we can't release this like this. But obviously they still came out with it anyway. So,
Yeah, they already had it, so they put it out.
mhm,
But I'm glad like the album, the proper album version, sort of toned down Ed Sheeran's Punjabi because I was like, so much of it
mhm,
was like, I don't know, this
mhm.
feels awkward. The song is catchy, but this feels awkward. Speaking of awkward, the first track opening when it goes into like him rapping, I'm just like, God damn it, Ed Sheeran, stop
Yeah.
rapping. I do not like it.
I did not like the opening of the song or the album. I
Yeah,
did not like it at all because, and that was like that is the song that you're saying, "Hey everybody, this is my album."
yeah.
And if you can't get people's attention with that, then you're pretty much, you know,
Well, it definitely got my attention, but it's all for all the wrong reasons. Because as soon as he went into rapping halfway through the song, I was like,
mhm,
I'm so confused. Why is Ed Sheeran rapping on this song? Like, he definitely like I could hear the love and the passion in his rapping, and like he believes in it. But I
yeah,
just like
but we don't
I
believe
don't
you.
believe it. I just don't believe you're like this cool hip hop artist.
Mhm.
Like, I
Yeah.
and like on one hand I'm like, Ed Sheeran, you're boring, you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And then on the other hand, when he does like crazy things like that, I'm like, I don't know if you should have done this, you should have gone back to the boring stuff.
Oh, it seems like it's like he's trying to do this to get more people to listen to his music because, like, obviously when he first started, there was a big like, "Oh my god, Ed Sheeran's amazing," and then the fad kind of disappeared.
mm,
So
yep.
he's trying to get that fad back, but he's doing all these things where you're just like, "Okay, well, like that's just it just doesn't I don't believe you." So,
Yeah, like a lot of it seems like he's trying to chase something, like chasing the next fad or chasing the next wave or something, especially on a song like Symmetry where it opens with that like weird almost techno but electronic voice, just like saying symmetry
mhm,
or whatever the line is over and over again in like a high pitched like echo. It was when I first heard it, I was like, this is really annoying.
mhm.
Like the effect that he put on that. And but at the same time, I'm like, maybe that's him trying to chase like the dance crowd or the rave crowd, because that's definitely like up their alley. But it also
Yeah.
was not believable. I was like listening to it, I was like, I don't know if even that crowd would like this.
Well, yeah, it's like you're adding boring music into a rave. I don't think that's just gonna get people falling
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah.
But like he already, I feel like he already had that club scene song, which was "Shape of You,"
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it was a rocker, like
But
it
that was
like
the Ed Sheeran style, right? Like there wasn't an
yeah,
authentic, like he's the only one that's gonna write a song like that, and it sounded like him, but
mhm,
it was a club song,
yeah,
right?
it became one.
Yeah.
But it's like as soon as you do that dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun, everybody knows the song,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, he just it's, like, I don't know what it is. Yeah, like you said, he could be chasing something. I think it's he's just trying to get famous again and try to be like, "Oh, guys, I still can play music." Like, "Hey, guy," like, he's like the old
Right.
guy that dresses up like a young person. It's like, hey guys, I can boogie on the dance floor as well.
I don't know. I don't know what the point is, like, because like
Mhm.
he's freaking Ed Sheeran. He's already got all the records. He's got like he's sold so many copies of his music and
And
all the
he's gonna
streaming records. I don't know why he needs to force a pop record, to be honest.
come out with 5 more of these, Ken.
That's true.
So it's insane. It's insane. Like this is like your next chapter of like naming conventions for your album, and you're already starting off terribly.
Because like we already know he's a fantastic songwriter, right? He writes all
Yes.
the pop songs for all the other pop artists, right?
Yeah,
Why
and they're
does
good.
yeah, and they're
They're
great.
good.
Why does he need to do another pop record
Mhm.
that is like it doesn't feel authentic,
Yeah.
right?
Like all the songs on like, A Team on like Multiply are like all hits,
Yeah.
right? It's insane. And then he comes out with this. And it's like, have you lost your mind?
So yeah, I don't know. And then like the second half of the album, I'm just like, what the hell is this? This is like it's
It
it's
was terrible.
it's like definitely Ed Sheeran songs, but they're all like secondhand. Like
Mhm.
these could have been like 10 years ago Ed Sheeran, but just the the ones that they like rejected because they sound so boring.
I would love to see somebody in the comments highly defend this album. Because I can't see this becoming big. Like I can't see any of the song, like even Sapphire or Old Phone as they were. Like I wasn't a fan of Old Phone, but I can see why it would be a hit single off the album. I could definitely see that. But I would like to know like if people are gonna be like, I love this album.
Yeah, even Azizam,
Right.
right? Azizam was like I think was intended to be a club hit. But like also that it didn't hit for me,
Mhm.
right? Like
He's a folk singer and he should stay with folk music. And he can write his pop songs to pop artists, right?
yeah,
But
like honestly, I think his strongest suit is one his songwriting, but two also his looping abilities. Like just stick to that. Hire a producer, put a bunch of like keys and stuff on top of it and it turns into a club hit. Like
mhm.
it just feels like he's chasing these sounds that just aren't in his vocabulary just so that he can try to like chase the next like wave.
Yeah, I think he's definitely like he could have done Sapphire so differently and made
Oh,
it like actually good because
yeah.
the Indian style, like all that exotic style of music is cool. It's
Hmm.
very unique and like exotic to your ears and like you can like people do like it. It sounds good.
Yeah.
But then you can mix it with like folk music. You can do it. I know you can.
Yeah.
But you just have to do it better.
Yeah.
Like do better. Just do better.
Graham Gaming says, I sang A Team on Friday at karaoke. It's such a sad and beautiful song, not nearly as good as Jeff Goldblum or William Shatner.
I love this album. It is the best album in the last 10 years. Ed is a legend. I think you're just saying that just to cause issues because there is no way that you like this album. There's no way. Unless you're singing like Sapphire in the shower.
Yeah. I mean, like Sapphire is a good song, but it could have like I I
Yeah.
can picture it being a so much better song.
Yeah.
Um I think overall, like obviously it's an Ed Sheeran record and it's supposed to be a pop record. I think overall it sounds good, like from a production wise. Like you hear everything. It's a clean record. There's no real like I don't have any issues in terms of like how it sounds itself. I think it's just the songwriting. And I don't know, maybe Ed Sheeran is a victim of like his talent, right? Like because you expect his songwriting to be a certain level, you're like, all right, this didn't really hit the mark. I don't know. There's a
That's
little
true.
bit of
It
that
could have been,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, anyways, Eric, final thoughts, ratings. What are you going to give Play by Ed Sheeran?
In the words of Noel, I think it was Noel Gallagher or was it Liam that did that Christmas video on how Christmas is boring.
I feel like that's Leo.
Yeah. This is the album. It's boring. So I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10.
Whoa. A
Yeah.
2 out of 10?
I think that this is his worst album that he's ever made.
Even worse than what was the yellow one? Subtract?
Yes.
Wow, you hated that album too.
Yes. I did.
Holy shit, a 2. Okay, 2 it
2 out of
is.
10.
I'm giving it a 5. Just because I think if the intention is it's a pop record, which clearly it is. I think it's very middle of the line boring. It's fine to listen to like just in the background, but there really isn't anything to really latch onto here. If anything, some of the stuff is annoying. But if this is your very first interaction with Ed Sheeran, I don't know. I think you'd be okay with the album. I don't think anyone's gonna say it's a good album. But if this is the very first listen of Ed Sheeran, you're like, this guy has some stuff. I wonder what his next album will sound like. It's not an album where I say Ed Sheeran's a trash songwriter. He's never gonna be famous. Like it's not one of those records. But yeah.
And I do agree with that. Like I definitely think he's an amazing songwriter. I do like Ed Sheeran. I like his early stuff a lot. But I just think that this is his worst piece of album that he's made. And I if this is the start of the next 5 that are coming out, I don't know. I'm worried for Stop, Next, and Volume Up and Volume Down.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm giving it a solid 5. I think it's very middle of the line. Just bleh. It's just boring. Boring and with tinges of awkwardness and annoyance. That's about it. Anyways, okay, that was our discussion on Play by Ed Sheeran. For those of you following along with us every single week, the album that we are going to be discussing next time is the brand new Sarah McLachlan album, Better Broken, which I'm pretty excited for because I don't know. Sarah McLachlan, that's a real Canadian talent.
That is very Canadian.
Yeah.
Very good Canadian.
We're hitting our 35% threshold with the CRTC.
Exactly. We were told that we will get shut down if we don't do this.
We need to feature more Canadian content, so
here we are.
But yeah, we'll be talking about Better Broken, the brand new Sarah McLachlan album. It just came out last Friday, I believe, is when it was released. But that's it for us. Another week here at the Crossroads Music Podcast. We're here at twitch.tv/the Crossroads Music Podcast. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Music, all the places where you get your podcast. Thanks everyone for tuning in for another week. Growing Up Gaming, thanks for joining in on the conversation. Shout out to Growing Up Gaming on the YouTubes and the Twitches and all the socials.
Come out with a new podcast, you bastards.
Thanks for everyone for tuning in, and we will catch you all next time.